Hey guys, this is Abhishek from gadgetrew.com, and today we have the Nokia X with us. Nokia X has been launched in India and it has been launched for a price of 8,990 rupees, which is the MRP of the phone. However, you can actually buy the Nokia X for a price of approximately 8,500, which is the best buy price, so you can bargain for that particular price. This is the phone itself, and as you can see, this phone has got a 4-inch capacitive touchscreen display. It is an IPS, not an IPS LCD display, but seems to be a TFT display. We will confirm that later on, but it looks like a decent display in terms of the overall brightness level, in terms of the overall iconography and other things. Talking about the specifications of this phone is pretty good in terms of the specifications at this price point. Although this is based on AOSP, that is Android open source platform, so it does not have Google applications on this. So in the start you won't be able to actually install applications which come from Google on this, but again you can hack it, and there are some routing tutorials which are already available on the internet, with which you can actually hack this phone and use it like a normal Android phone with all the Google applications installed. As far as the current UI is concerned, it is having a kind of a UI which is very much similar to the Asha UI which we have seen on Nokia Asha phones. Again, this is running Android, not Asha, and it is a custom version of Android which is running on this device. It has Nokia Mix Radio. When it comes to the connectivity and options, you have a 3.5mm jack on the top, you have a 3 megapixel camera at the back, and we will just confirm that whether this is a fixed focus camera or not. And on this side you have the power and sleep key and the volume rockers. The overall design of this phone is very much similar to the Asha series phone which we have seen earlier, including the Nokia Asha 501. And when it comes to other specifications, this device comes with some applications, Android applications pre-installed, which are some, like you can say, popular applications, and there are some other applications which you can actually install from different Android stores, which will provide you the APK, and you can actually sideload the application once you have the APK file on your SD card, or you can download it from the internet as well. Your Facebook and Twitter application pre-installed. This is how the home screen UI look like. The home screen UI is again very much similar to the UI which you might have seen on the Windows phone or the Lumia phones. This is just the same kind of tile UI, and again you can also resize these tiles as well, just like you do on the Windows phone. So in terms of the overall UI design, this phone is very much similar to the Lumia phones which we have seen earlier. So in terms of specifications, let me just go through. The thickness of the device is around 10.4mm. The weight is 128 gram. The camera at the back is a fixed focus camera, not an autofocus camera, and it does not have flash. And the display is an IPS LCD display. The resolution is WVGA. It is 800 into 480 pixels spread over 4-inch of display. And again, the pixel density is not that much, but the font size is such that you won't notice any problem as far as reading text on this display is concerned. You won't feel the pixelation unless you take a very closer look. And when we talk about the wing angles are also pretty good. So in this video we are not going to do a hands-on of this device. We have already done a hands-on in which we have actually told you about different things. I have experienced this device at Mobile World Congress 2014 some days ago, and I have posted a hands-on review of this. You can actually watch that. In this review, or in this video basically, we are going to tell you about some of the things. And lastly, talking about the specification, it has 1 GHz dual core Qualcomm Snapdragon processor. You have 512 MB of RAM and 4 GB of internal hard disk you have on this device. And again, when it comes to the connectivity as far as SIM cards and other things are concerned, here you have the loudspeaker, the micro USB port for data syncing and charging. And once we open the back cover, we can see the slot over here for the SIM card and the micro SD memory card. So you can expand the storage of the device, and as per the information which we have just got, you can install applications on the micro SD memory card, not only on the phone memory. You can do that. You can also move apps from the phone memory to the SD card on especially the Indian version which is launched. And again, this is the same version which will be launched in other countries as well, including in some countries in Europe. Here we have the SIM card slot, the SIM card slot 1 and SIM card slot 2. Both will accept a micro SIM. And then we have the micro SD memory card slot to expand the storage of the device. And this is where the battery is. And the battery on this device again is a 1500 mAh battery. We are not removing it, so otherwise the phone will get turned off. We have installed a couple of benchmarking applications on this device, and let me just show you the same. So as far as benchmark applications are concerned, I have actually installed a couple of applications, including Antutu benchmark, including Nenamark and multi-touch tester as well. First of all, let's take a look over the multi-touch tester. And once we check the multi-touch functionality, when it comes to multi-touch, this device only supports 2-point multi-touch, not more than that. And this is the result. And once we come out from this, again this is a quite laggy interface which we see, not because there is some fault with the phone, but this is a prototype device, not the final device. And when we take a look over the Antutu benchmark utility, we have got a score of 6022, and this is when we are not running any application in the background. This is the Antutu benchmark score, and this is how the detailed score look like for the UI, for the CPU, RAM, GPU and input and output operations. Again, don't expect very fast performance from this device, because this device comes with some hardware specification which are again just rightly suited for this price point. So this is not the best hardware specification which you will get on this device. That is something which we can confirm. And in terms of ranking, if we take a look, this device again does not rank too high, because this device is a very basic device. This is a prototype device, so we cannot actually compare it with other devices. But again, in terms of the ranking, expect this phone to rank below Samsung Galaxy S2 in terms of the overall benchmark scores on the Antutu. As far as third-party applications are concerned, even when there are applications like Temple Run 2, Subway Surfer, you may not be able to get those applications on the Nokia store, which is there on this phone. But again, when you search for these applications which are not available over here, this phone will give you an option to actually type the name of these applications, and it will recommend you some other app stores. And one thing which is good about this device is that it also has swipe to type. So you can actually use swipe to type on this device as well on the keyboard. Again, the keyboard keys are actually quite kind of small, and they are designed in the same way which we have seen on the Nokia Asha series. But good thing is that you can actually change the entire keyboard itself, because it is based on the open Android open source platform. So you can change the key format, you can change the entire keyboard. And again, on this keyboard, if you face any problem while typing, you can also swipe to type like this, which is definitely will come handy a lot of times. So let me just search for this application to show you. Okay, so as you can see, the application is not yet available on this device, but again, when you do, it will give you some additional options which are related to this application. You can actually install it. But as of now, Temple Run 2 seems not to be available on this device on different app stores. Again, I cannot confirm it in every app store, but on One Mobile Market, which is one of the recommended app store on this device, which is the third-party app store, actually does not have Temple Run. Let me just show you the same. So once we search for Temple Run, okay, it does have it. Sorry. So it has the Temple Run 2 and Temple Run as well, which is again something which you can install on this device. So let me just install the Temple Run 2 and show you the performance for the same. And the score which we have got on Nenamark for this device is 32.7 FPS. As you can see, this is the score which we have got for Nenamark on Nokia X. And again, on this kind of a score, you can always play casual games, but again, the kind of RAM it has, it is going to limit the overall gaming experience on this device. So you may not be able to install or you may be able to install heavy games like Frontline Commando, D-Day, Contract Killer, but you may not be able to play those games on this device because this device has a lower FPS rate. So the GPU of this device is not capable of definitely running heavy games, but casual games like Subway Surfer, Temple Run OZ, Temple Run 2 will run perfectly fine on this device, provided you install them from the third-party app stores. So here we have the Temple Run 2 loaded on this device. We have just downloaded it. The overall download size of this game was around 45 MB, and we have downloaded from the One Mobile Play Store, a third-party Play Store which we have on this device, an Android Play Store basically. And let me just play this game on this device to show you the overall performance when it comes to playing Temple Run 2. So the kind of graphics which we see on this device till now is pretty good while playing this game. There is no problem with the touchscreen as well, and the gravity sensor on the device is also working well without. So the overall performance of the device when it comes to playing this game is pretty good. The graphics are okay, they are not very clear, not too much amount of detail I can see on this particular resolution. Again, this is a low resolution display, so you can't expect much. The overall game playback on this device is kind of smooth. The touchscreen is responsive, and there is no problem as far as playing this game in terms of graphics, which we can say on this device. And as you can see, the gravity sensor of the device is also working well, so you can play Temple Run OZ and Subway Surfer as well on this device without any issues. When it comes to heavy games like Contract Killer, Frontline Commando D-Day, we will confirm that once we do the full review of this device.